What's up, everybody? You know what it is already. Fantasy Football Ruby Sundays. Yours truly. Gonna give you the quick recap. This is the Week 5 recap. Alright, first and foremost, let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and label a game of the week right now. Based on the scores, we're gonna go with the highest scoring game. Real American Gangsters against Reapers. And, man, Reapers just can't seem to buy a break. Last week he had the tough one against yours truly. Couldn't come out with the win because Drake Jennings let him down. This week, man, he put up 128 points. You would think that would be enough to get you the win. But Real American Gangsters had guys like Ronnie Brown going off. Andre Johnson, 2 touchdowns. Really had a solid week. Actually, could have started Matt Hasselback and got about 160 points. But Reapers missed out with Matt Ryan on the bench. Matt Ryan had like a 90-yard touchdown, threw for 3 touchdowns. His optimum could have gotten him the win, but he would have needed to sit guys like Jericho Cottrell. Nobody knew that he was going to do as poorly as he did. So definitely game of the week. Real American Gangsters is definitely cream of the crop right now. 4-1. Him along with Big D are the only 4-1 teams in the league right now. Reapers is 2-3, but it's a strong 2-3. I mean, unfortunately, guys like Tashard Choice, you don't know what you're going to get out of him each week. But he got 15 points out of him this week, and he continues to kind of manage his team each week to get solid points. Next game we want to talk about, Big D against Texas Sledgehammers. Big D just keeps on rolling. He started David Garrard, who only got him 5 points. That was an awful game. They even got shut out. But he had the Panthers defense, got him 21 points. Heath Miller got him 13.4. Texas Sledgehammers, outside of Matt Schaub, I mean, his defense let him down. Dolphins only 4 points. Josh Scobie, Jacksonville kicker. Obviously, when you get shut out, you're not going to score. You're not going to make any field goals. Adrian Peterson, he did this thing with 2 touchdowns, but again, 2 solid teams. Really a closer game even than what it looks right there. Really, Texas Sledgehammers probably had the win going into Monday night. He just needed Dolphins defense to show up, but all they got was 1 sack and maybe an interception. But that was about it. Big D, again, 4-1. Top 2 in the league right now. Texas Sledgehammers, 2-3, but it's a strong 2-3. Definitely looking up from here. Next thing we want to talk about, Thunder from Down Under against Aliens. And, honestly, this is just one of my pet peeves. You never like to see guys who don't update the rosters actually win during the week. Aliens had 2 guys on buys, didn't log in to update his roster. Still pulled out the win only because Thunder from Down Under, outside of Tony Romo, really didn't get any output. Guys like Derek Mason didn't have a catch. Chris Cooley did not have 1 catch. I mean, all he needed was 3 points, and he couldn't get it from any of those guys. And unfortunately, he had Braylon Edwards on his bench. They got him 14.4 points. He really could have used him. But right now, Thunder from Down Under is also at 2-3. Aliens is 3-2. I would say, if he continues to not log in, hopefully that can end up being an easy win for some people during these bye weeks. We'll see how that plays out. Let's go ahead and get to another game. I Will Crush Chris against Trainwrecks. Now, this could definitely be considered a game of the week. Trainwrecks, again, man, it just seems like every single week his optimum is way up there. This week is 125, but he only put up 83 points. I Will Crush Chris with, Calvin Johnson going out in the first quarter. Dustin Keller not getting 1 catch. Still gets the win, and it was a big win because I Will Crush Chris is on a 2-game losing streak. So got the big win. I Will Crush Chris is now at 3-2. Trainwrecks is at 1-4. Last place, but like he says on the message board, it's just a matter of coaching and executing and getting the maximum out of your team. Next thing we want to talk about, Heavy Whales against Hot Sizzle as the commish. Definitely, you can't get Derek Anderson and expect him to perform when he completed 3 out of 17 passes. 2 were to his team, 1 was to the opposing team, and he passed for a total of 17 yards. That's not good enough for any form of football or even flag football or even any type of organized sport whatsoever. Got me negative 0.65 points. Outside of that, team showed up okay. Ray Rice had himself a ball game. Hushmanzada did as well. But Peyton Manning, Heavy Whales, leans on Peyton Manning very much. But hey, you know what? When a guy like that performs, 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards, it's all about performances, and that's what he did. Heavy Whales, big win, now 2-3. right in the mix. Hot sizzle, yours truly, heading in the wrong direction at 1-4. But hopefully we can change that. Last game we want to talk about, Lakaka against the best around Chuck Norris. Lakaka definitely, even with a tight end on a bye, Jeremy Shockey on a bye, still was able to put up 118 points, but he got 26 points from the Vikings defense. Guys like Jared Allen, absolute beast. Ahmad Bradshaw, he called it early in the season. He traded for the guy, thought he was going to do something, and he definitely has proven right. 27.5 points, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big game by Ahmad Bradshaw. The best around Chuck Norris, he got Donovan McNabb back, who got him 31 points, but outside that, guys like Kevin Boss got him 0. Jets defense got him 0. And other guys like Brandon Jacobs and Maurice Jones-Drew just didn't produce at the level that you would like them to. So that's how that worked out. Real quick, just kind of talking about the league overall. Right now, first overall team, Real American Gangsters. He scored the most points overall, so naturally, it's kind of right that he would be number one. Close behind him, though, is Big D, 561 points, ranked second overall. Definitely he's got a nice team going for him right there. The way it's looking right now is really the South region with Aliens, Lakaka. Those two teams look like the teams to beat in the South region, with Texas Sledgehammers kind of on the outside looking in, as well as Trainwrecks. In the West region, outside of Big D, even Reapers, despite these tough losses he's having, still has a chance to get back in the game. Thunder from Down Under is going to be close between those two, and Heavy Whales, if he can stay in the mix, they're all 2-3. They're all 2-3, so it's still in the mix right there. Yours truly in the East region, I'm heading in the wrong direction. I'm 2 games back of the next person. I'm a distant last in the division. We'll see how that goes. Best around Chuck Norris 3-2. I will crush Chris 3-2. Definitely, based on the record, looks like the most difficult division to win in. But hey, we'll see how it plans out. So good communications with everybody. We'll see how next week works out. I'm still doing the thing, PwC, accounting.